So, you're interested in getting into the One Ring or the Lord of the Rings role-playing, but aren't quite sure which book to get first. Hopefully this video will be able to help you make that decision. I'll try to keep this video objective and not really share subjective thoughts on the various books. However, if you want a more detailed look at the various products, I have a bunch of reviews that I'll link below. As well, I'm not going to go into much detail in the differences between the systems, but it is worth mentioning briefly that the One Ring uses an original engine to run the game, while the Lord of the Rings role-playing uses the D&D 5e engine. Other than that though, the contents of the books are pretty much the same. Throughout this video, when I mention a One Ring product, I will include a matching Lord of the Rings role-playing product. If you're looking to get into one of those games, you don't need to buy both versions of the books. Pick one system and stay with that, unless for whatever reason you are wanting to play both systems. Alright, let's get into it. First off, if you are just starting out, you are going to want to get the core rules or the starter set. The core rules is perfect for if you are pretty sure you are going to like this game. It has all the rules you'll need, including character creation with 6 different cultures to choose from. They are Bardings, Dwarves of Durin's Folk, Elves of Lindon, Hobbits of the Shire, Men of Bree, and Rangers of the North. The core rules also features a short landmark adventure to get you going. However, outside of that, you will need to create your own adventures. The Lord of the Rings role-playing version does include almost everything you need to play the game, but because it runs on the D&D 5e engine, you will also need a copy of the D&D Player's Handbook to actually learn all the rules. The starter set is a decent place to begin if you just want to try the game. The box set includes pre-generated characters, dice, maps, condensed rules, a ton of information about the Shire, and 5 adventures to play. It is worth noting that this is fully set within the Shire, with only Hobbit characters, so if you're wanting to go beyond that, you'll have to buy another product. As well, the condensed rules are very condensed, so there will still be a lot to learn if you end up moving to the core rules after this. Currently, there is no starter set for the 5e version. You can get the Shire Adventures, which is one book that includes the information about the Shire and the 5 adventures from the One Ring starter set. However, there's no rules here at all, so you'll still need to buy the core rules first. If you are really wanting a starter set, don't worry. There will be a new starter set coming out later this year that will have a box for each system. It looks like this one will start in Bree and travel into the northern wilds of Eriador, so it might give a more complete introduction to role-playing in Middle-earth. The next 3 products are PDFs that are specific to just the One Ring. The first one worth mentioning is the Strider Mode booklet. It contains some additional rules to run the game all by yourself. Solo gaming is great in its own right, but it can also be a handy way to get familiar with the game rules on your own before running a campaign for your friends. Strider Mode is really cheap and well worth looking into. After that, there is the People of Wilderland, which has 3 additional cultures to choose from when making player characters, those being Beornings, Elves of Mirkwood, and Woodmen of Wilderland. The Character Lifepaths booklet gives you some extra backstory elements to add to the 6 cultures featured in the core rules. Most of this information is actually included in the character creation process in the Lord of the Rings role-playing. Before getting back to the major rules, it's worth looking at the Loremaster screen, which features important rules on the back and also includes a booklet on Rivendell, which has an additional culture to choose from in character creation, as well as information about the Hidden Valley of the Elves. A lot of this information is included in the Realms of the Three Rings books, which I'll talk about soon. Now, back to the main books. If you don't feel like writing your own adventures, then Tales from the Lone Lands is the best choice. This book contains 6 adventures that can be linked together to form one extended campaign. On the other hand, if you want lots of information about the world to write your own adventures, there are a few paths to take. Ruins of the Lost Realm is the most comprehensive world book so far. It provides a ton of information about Eriador, going in-depth into 7 important locations and featuring a few key factions that might cause trouble west of the Misty Mountains. There are also 12 different unconnected landmark adventures to use. This book is really good to combine with Tales from the Lone Lands to help flesh out the world and also some of the specific locations and characters that play a big role in the full campaign. The final 2 books are Moria, Through the Doors of Durin, and Realms of the Three Rings, so it's really up to you whether you are more interested in dwarves or elves. The Moria book has everything you need to run an adventure in the ruins of Khazad-dûm, including a detailed history of the location, tons of new allies and enemies, including the Balrog, 26 landmarks, a slight variation on dwarves for character creation, and both the One Ring and the 5e version includes rules for solo play. These rules are pretty similar to the Strider Mode rules, but whereas in Strider Mode you are just playing one character, the Moria rules lets you play your hero with a company of allies as well. The Realms of the Three Rings is all about elves, with information about Lindon, Rivendell, and Lothlorien, and the various troubles facing elves near the end of the Third Age. There are also 12 adventure locations to use, 2 additional elven cultures for character creation, and some extra rules for playing an elf lord in solo games. And that is all the currently published material. If you have any of these books, please share any thoughts you have about them below to help people make the right choice. Thanks so much for watching, have a great day.